This is Varsha's Education Academy. See, in this session I am going to cover the subject of control system and the topic is root locus. See, in control system we have covered all the topics, only this topic alone pending. Now I have covering this session. Root locus. See, in this root locus topic, it is a very big topic, but in competitive exam point of view, people will ask what is meant by poles, zeros. We have to locate the poles and zeros, as well as number of root locus branches, number of asymptotes required, angle of asymptotes, as well as the centroid point, as well as breakaway and break-in points. See, these are the important points we need to remember while calculating this root locus. Right? Now we will solve one problem. With this problem itself, you can easily understand what is meant by poles and zeros and how we can calculate breakaway, break-in, asymptotes, angle of asymptotes and centroids. Right? See, UFC is in the sense unity feedback control system. See, they have given a unity feedback control system has an open loop transfer function. G of S is equal to K by S into S square plus 4S plus 13. G of S is equal to K by S into S square plus 4S plus 13. See, our first step is to find the poles and zeros. How can we find our poles? By equalizing the denominator to 0, we can get our poles. By equalizing the numerator to 0, the value of S is said to be the zeros, right? See here, we are not having any S term in the numerator, so I just equalizing the denominator to 0. So, S into S square plus 4S plus 13 is equal to 0. So, first, see here, this S will become 0. This entire term, this entire quadratic expression, I am using this method. Minus B plus or minus root of B square minus 4AC by 2A. After simplifying this step, we are getting our poles as minus 2 plus or minus J3. So, how many poles here? There were 3 poles. What were the pole values? P1 is equal to 0. See, this S value was 0, right? And here we are having 2S. So, P2 is equal to minus 2 plus J3. P3 is equal to minus 2 minus J3. So, how many poles for this problem? The number of poles is equal to 3. Zeros will be 0. So, number of root locus branches. From this number of poles, we can calculate the number of root locus branches. That also will be 3. See, it all depends on the number of poles. If the number of poles is 3, number of root locus branches is also 3. So, the number of asymptotes required is also 3. Right? So, in 1 mark question, they may give one open loop transfer function. They will ask how many number of root locus branches will be there for this transfer function. Else they may ask how many number of asymptotes required for the given transfer function. Right? So, for that, first you need to find the number of poles and number of zeros. Then you can easily find out these values. See, generally the root locus will start from the poles and ends at 0. This is the condition for root locus. Generally, root locus branches will start from the poles and ends at 0. So, the number of root locus branches will be 3. Right? Why? Because we are having the number of poles is 3, right? So, the number of root locus branches will also be 3. But here there were no zeros. So, all root locus branches will end at infinity. If there is a 0, it will end at that point, that 0 point. But here there is no 0, right? So, it will all these root locus branches will end at the infinity. See the formula for angle of asymptotes. So, angle of asymptotes is equal to plus or minus 180 degree into 2q plus 1 by n minus m. See, this q is nothing but 0, 1, 2 up to n minus m. This n is the number of poles and m is the number of zeros. So m value is 0. N value is 3. So n minus m is equal to 3. Right? So 0, 1, 2, 3. We are going to find the values for 4 q's. So first we will consider q is equal to 0 in the given formula. So angle of asymptote when q is equal to 0 is plus or minus 180 degree into 2 of 0 plus 1 by 3, which is equal to, this entire term will become 1. So 180 by 3 will gives us the value of plus or minus 60. See our second step. When q is equal to 1, the angles will be plus or minus 180 into 2 into 1 will become 2 plus 1, 3. So 3 get cancelled. So when q is equal to 1, angle of asymptote will be plus or minus 180 degree. See, while calculating the angle of asymptotes, it is enough to calculate first 2 or 3 values. After that, we will get the angles as it is in the previous values. So it is just the repetitive angles. So 1 or 2 angles is enough, but other angles are all at repetitive angles. See, when q is equal to 2, angles is equal to plus or minus 180 degree of 2 into 2 plus 1 by 3. So after cancelling, we are getting the values plus or minus 300 degree. So 300 360 oda compare பண்ணி எழுதிருக்காங்க. So it is minus or plus 60 degree. When q is equal to 3. See, when q is equal to 3, the angles will be plus or minus 180 degree of 2 into 3 plus 1. So 7. So 180 degree into 7 by 3 will give us the value of plus or minus 420. While comparing this value with the 360 degree, we get the value as plus or minus 60 degree. It is a repetition of first 2 angles, right? So only I told the angle of asymptotes is enough to calculate first 2 values. The remaining angles are the repetition of our previous angles. Then next possible question will be centroid. Centroid for the given transfer function. See, this is the formula for calculating centroid. Centroid is equal to sum of poles minus sum of zeros by n minus m. What is this? N represents number of poles and m represents number of zeros. See, here the number of poles is 3 and number of zeros is 0. So sum of poles, in the sense we have to add all the values of poles. Here 0, 2 plus j3 and minus 2 plus j3, minus 2 minus j3 are these poles, right? So I just added up and 0 value is 0. So minus of 0. Divided by this n minus m value is 3. So our final value is minus 4 by 3, which is equal to minus 1.33. So the value of centroid for the given transfer function is minus 1.33. See the next important point, breakaway and break-in point. So to calculate the breakaway and break-in point, first we have to find a closed loop transfer function. In the question they have given the open loop transfer function, right? So we just have to convert the open loop transfer function into the closed loop transfer function by using this formula. G of s by 1 plus g of s into h of s. See, I have removed the h of s here. Why? Please mention it in the comment box why I have removed h of s here. Else you have to mention this value of h of s. Please mention the value of h of s in the comment box. How I can take this value? What is the value of this h of s? Right? So this is very important point. So only I am asking you to mention it in the comment box. If you are substituting this value as wrongly, you will get this entire problem will become wrong. See, this is our given function. I just substituted the value of g of s. Right? So this is our closed loop transfer function. I am taking the characteristic equation in the denominator. S into s square plus 4s plus 13 plus k is equal to 0. This is our characteristic equation. S cube plus 4s squared plus 13s plus k is equal to 0. See, I just want to find the value of k. So k is equal to taking this expressions to this side, minus s cube minus 4s square minus 13s. So on differentiating this equation, we will get in terms of s. So dk by ds. See, I am differentiating this value of k with respect to s. So dk by ds is equal to minus of 3s square minus, I am taking this minus common outside, so plus 8s plus 13, right? Now I substituted dk by ds is equal to 0. So this term is equalizing to 0. I have to find the value of s, right? So I have found out the value of s as by using this quadratic expression, solution of quadratic expression. Our final s value will be minus 1.33 plus or minus j 1.6. Minus 1.33 plus or minus j 1.6, right? On simplifying this expression, I got this value. See here, when s is equal to minus 1.33 plus j 1.6, I have substituted this value of s in the value of k. I just substituted the value of s in this value of, in the expression of k. So this is our, see, I have substituted this s value. First I have selected minus 1.33 plus j 1.6. In our next step, we will select minus 1.33 minus j 1.6. See, main condition to find a breakaway and break-in point is this k value should be real and positive. If this k value is real and positive, then we can select this s value as the breakaway point, as the actual breakaway point. See, here we are having one imaginary term, right? So I just substituted this imaginary term as the s value. So surely it won't be a real value. It will be a imaginary. It may be positive or negative, but it should be the imaginary expression, right? So the value of k is not equal to real and positive. So then we will substitute the second value, that is s is equal to minus 1.33 minus j 1.6. For that also we are having the imaginary term. So surely the k value will be not equal to real and positive. So the k value should not be equal to real and positive. So for this problem, there is no breakaway and break-in point. So for this problem, there is no actual breakaway and break-in point. See, in the practice, in the community tab, I will give you one question to practice the same type of approach you have to follow, right? But in that problem, you will get different kinds of s value. You have to substitute that values in this k. Whether that k value will be positive and real, then that value, that s value should be your breakaway point. If that s value, you will get two s values, right? Anyway, you will get two s values from this solution. You have to substitute first s value, then you have to substitute your next s value, and then you have to check with the value of k, whether it is real and positive or it is imaginary. If it is real and positive, then that s value should be your breakaway point, right? Please try the practice question given in the community tab. This topic is very important topic, and this is our last session of control system. If you are having doubts, please mention it in the comment box. If you like this video, do subscribe my channel. See, up to now we have covered all the important topics. Not only important topics, we have covered all the topics in the control system. Even we have covered so many examples under each topic. Still, if you are having any doubts in any topics of control system, please mention it in the comment box. Up to this video, we have covered the entire subject of control system for all competitive exams, right? Thank you all. Thank you for watching this video.